enjoyment. And if, for example, the reason we give is, well, beyondness doesn't need anything, so what's the point in continuing experiencing or focusing on that? Well, then our enjoyment is going to infinity, going to beyondness. So we can't escape following what we resonate most with, what we believe gives us the most benefit. So what is that for you?
In this moment or in my life?
Well, I guess both.
Truth in relationship.
Nice. What's the point in that?
Like a deeper sense of connected.
What's the point in that?
This sense that this is a little ridiculous. Like the sense
everything is insane.
So what's coming is the sense that I'm not totally alone. Like I get that I'm alone.
No, you're not. You're all one.
And that's kind of lonely.
No, it's not. That's why there's billions upon billions upon billions of you. You're never alone. That's also a sort of spiritual stage where we feel like, so there's nobody else. I know there's nobody else. That's not true either. There are actual, real, autonomous beings. Josh is actual. He's having his own experience just as much as you have. Mm-hmm. And you guys are facing each other. And you're facing each other as others and also occasionally as self. And so that's where the intimacy play comes in. Ultimately, it is all yourself, but you're never alone because in all oneness, there is no room for aloneness. It's all one. But on the expression level, there's definitely different beings with independent consciousnesses. So you're not alone. You feel alone?
Often.
Like an internal sort of loneliness, even if you're with people or...
Depends on what level of truth is being spoken.
So are you into this kind of talk? Was this your first introduction, or are you truth seeker, or have you been, or are you familiar to philosophy and that kind of stuff? This kind of stuff. Are you new to this kind of stuff?
Like non-dual stuff.
For example.
Ish.
Okay. So where did the sense I'm alone in the universe come from? Where did you pick that idea up? Or that feeling?
I guess growing up. Consistent experience of that.
As a uniquely internal spiritual experience, or as a confrontation from outside in terms of being lonely or being left alone? Or
more confrontation from out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking sometimes it happens the other way, but usually loneliness is the result of, or aloneness, the feeling that I'm alone is the result of, we don't come into the world naturally with that sense usually. We can feel a little bit different, but...
There's this way I'm like, wait, I don't want to go there. Don't talk about that. Like, I want to talk about something else.
You're saying that now? That's coming up now? Yeah, of course. Isn't that pleasant? See? You enjoy pleasant experiences. You don't want to go to the pain.
It doesn't feel like I'm bypassing something. I just have preference to do something else.
Okay. Are you sure? Because you're sitting here. Something brought you here. Not just here with your boyfriend. It brought you here on stage, behind the microphone, sharing your story. There must be something to it.
Is that what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm. And I think you're very brave, by the way. So thank you for your honesty with yourself and just to be here. I think it's very good for everybody. And, so thank you.
Thank you. I'm leaving with actually the same inquiry that I came with. Mm-hmm. And I think that's okay.
Oh, you're done? I was only getting started.
You were only getting started?
Yeah. That's okay. We just take it nice and slow all the way.
Is the
If you
nicest
want
for
to.
you?
It's always nice for me.
Okay.
What would be amazing for you? Describe a life that would be amazing. Describe an experience. Describe a state of being. Describe circumstances that would be absolutely mind-blowing, and everybody can imagine this for themselves, ask this of themselves. What would be the experience in which I would be overflowing with tears of gratitude, knowing for the first time I'm more worthy than I could ever imagine to be loved and be blessed out?
I have that experience all the time. Like, I'm not crying from it, but I feel so satisfied often.
And anything in addition to that you like? Anything that?
Yeah. So I guess the point for me in coming is gaining a greater sense of ease in myself, like remembering a thing that I already know.
What else? Make it a little more exciting. What would be amazing? I'm talking about mind-blowing, overflowing, paradigm-shifting, new reality entering your experience kind of shit. What would be the next big thing for you, like outside of the box?
In this moment, like, what I'm drawn to, and this is my confronter, like, there's moments where I'm sitting out there, I want to tear you down.
Me?
Yeah.
Nice. That was you I picked up there. Like, who wants to tear me down? Oh, losing my balance.
I have so much desire for...
I love you.
Is that relevant?
I don't know. Maybe later on.
That was a joke.
What's the point, right?
So, like, knowing more about you and your internal experience. There's this way. So you're sitting up here and all these people are coming to see you.
Coming to see themselves.
Coming to see themselves.
Yeah.
And getting reflection
Beautiful.
from your voice.
Well put.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Cool. And then I happen to go to the same place that you go for lunch, right? And is it okay if I share my reflections of how I perceived you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So you're sitting at the table and your eyes are closed. And then you leave outside and you're sitting there and I'm not, I don't know what your experience is, and I'm hungry to know, like, okay, yeah. And who are you? And there's something about, like, in particular with leaders.
You should come to dinner tonight and you'll see a different side of me with us. The particular thing you witnessed was I needed to, for myself, just for my system, my energy system, I needed to separate myself for a moment. Not separate, but like because of the whole retreat and people on the table, that kind of stuff. So that's why I went outside and just took my space in that sense.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I didn't. Yeah.
Like I thought you said, like I wanted to know, like, who are you? But you mean
Yeah.
like that in that state?
Yeah.
When I have my eyes closed on the table with people?
Yeah, well, like, when you're just hanging out with people, are you like this?
Like this?
Yeah.
Sometimes. And sometimes I'm a little more inappropriate.
Like, what's something you could say that would be more inappropriate?
Oh, you don't want to know. Shit! Shit myself in the foot. Stupid box. I have a challenge in terms of whenever somebody asks me about my experience, I go entirely blank. So it's actually very difficult for me to talk about past experiences. So that goes from all kinds of stuff, and sometimes it peeks through and I'm able to share it. But for example, when people say like, have you ever suffered? I know, yes, I have had intense periods of suffering, but I can't conjure them up. I can't, it just doesn't come. Anyway, so as for inappropriate experiences, well, I call my friends like Stenor and Monica all the time. That's our buddy nickname. Just we're vulgar, or I'll speak to myself. Sorry, guys. I can be quite vulgar and like not like in any way malicious, but just like verbally vulgar, and just joke around a lot. Like mostly that's what I do when I'm hanging out with buddies. It's just all fun. There's no. There is no. I just well up. Like it's so much fun to be there and do fun stuff and like tease each other and stuff like that. So and sometimes it's a little inappropriate, depending on the circumstances. But does that answer your question?
Yes, I appreciate you.
Oh, do you wonder like if I sit quiet all day long, for example, or am as like easeful as I am now?
Yeah, I wonder that too.
I'm usually easeful like I am now, unless I'm like out with buddies or something, and it's like there's a lot of excitement and fun, and then it goes a little overboard sometimes. But I like it. But I can also be, damn, it's so hard to remember. I can also be wild or even angry in a sense, like really passionate about something. In that sense, passionately angry. I can be all kinds of things. Like the spectrum of who I am doesn't fit on stage in a sense. Does that make sense? It's like depending completely on the circumstance, depending on the dynamics that are going on, the relationships that are going on, the group consciousness that I'm in, and depending on my own exploration of my own theme, I can be wildly different. Like as an expression, I can be wildly different at any given time.
Cool.
It is very cool. It's like I wouldn't want it any other way. There were times when I thought that meant I was not free or that I wasn't enlightened. You know what I mean? Like that I wasn't free or that I didn't make my goal or something like that. Or that I wasn't spiritual or I wasn't whatever.
If you're calling someone a surely you're not.
Surely I'm not, spiritual. Yeah, exactly. So, but I don't have that anymore. I limit myself a little bit sometimes, for appropriateness. And I think that's appropriate. I don't think that's like hiding myself from the people, because I do tend to share if something's going on with me or like there's this challenge or this new thing, then I usually just like throw it all out there for better or worse. But sometimes, especially lately, I've learned it's like, well, okay, maybe there's an appropriateness and not like stuck up, but like, you're not coming here to see me call you, or maybe you did. I don't know.
You don't know me.
No, I don't. Josh.
So I'm getting so much while you're sharing, but go ahead.
So another thing I would say is just the full spectrum opens up, and it's no longer because you don't perceive it as. You sort of have to readjust what is balanced and what is not balanced in like socially speaking. And also if you're like sitting on stage and you're